there, everybody. Welcome on into today's video. Greatly appreciate taking time of your day, swinging on over and checking us on out. Here we go. We are on the More and More album. We're doing the thing. We're here. We're being content creators. we're collabing. We're doing just talking the thing.
Because again, if you have watched the other videos, which I'm assuming you have to lead to this one, we're in the same outfits.
Same outfits.
Because we're doing this all in one day. We've actually been on the phone to each other for I want to say the past 3 hours now.
At least. I think it was 10, 12. Yeah, 3.5 almost. Yeah, 3.5 hours. We have taken breaks. Don't worry. We have to.
Don't worry. We haven't just sat here for the 3 hours straight. But it's been so much fun to do this all in one day. Also, because again, so far, Fancy You was near enough the same.
That was
Feel
wild.
Special could not be any more different.
And who knows what More and More is going to bring.
Don't know where this album's going to go.
No, not at all. I'm a little, it's an interesting album for me. I'm going to just say that. And I don't know how these takes are going to be. But I went first last time. You get to go first this time. Hey, hey. What's your, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
my number 7 is Shadow. Number 7 is Shadow.
Okay.
I absolutely love Momo's voice in the bridge of the song. It's probably one of my favorite vocal moments from Momo. I don't know what it is. Her voice, that bridge, so good.
Yep.
With that being said, the song overall does not have any more moments that I'm like, oh, I absolutely love this part. And again, all my last songs from today have all been songs that have the one thing in common, and it's that there's other songs that are better on the album, and also it just doesn't stick with me as much as the others. And that's where Shadow unfortunately falls in, is that category of this song doesn't stick with me as much as I would like it to. I used to love this song when I first heard it, but over time it's just kind of, maybe because I've listened to it so much, maybe I've just kind of grown to be like, oh, it's alright. It's not my favorite from the album, but that's why that's at 7 for me.
Okay. Interesting. Turn on events here. So for me, my number 7 is Don't Call Me Again. Okay. Now a few things with this song that I actually love, and then there's a few things that my brain nitpicks a little bit. So that's why it's number 7. One, I very much love the little trombone that they kind of have, that kind of sounds with Chewie and Momo going back and forth with their vocals. I think that's a great little play there. Gio has some fantastic vocals. Her in her first verse with her little vocal inflections. Jungyoung and Nayeon also have some great stuff in here. There is the Jungyoung Mina back and forth. Fantastic. But for me, I feel as though when I'm listening to this song, that trombone type sound overpowers their vocals a little bit in some spots. It almost seems like it's a little too loud, and it drowns out some of their vocals, as well as the Don't Call Me Again sometimes in my brain becomes a little repetitive, but it really is more of the instrumental. That's why it popped down to the bottom of my list for repeat wise, is that kind of horn trombone type instrument that they have. It feels like it's the layering of the production. They had that a little high, and so sometimes on some of their vocals, especially when you have somebody like a Mina who has a really kind of softer vocals sometimes, it kind of drowns it out. But that's just my take on that. But overall, they have some great vocal moments, and that's why I kind of wish that production wise you have that kind of built bumped down a little bit so their vocals can shine a little bit more over it. So I don't know the whole thought process around the instrumental was, but that's kind of why I have it down towards the bottom on 7.
The bottom. Well, it's interesting because this next song has the reason it's ranked here is because of a similar situation.
Mm-hmm.
And my number 6 is Oxygen, because I actually really do love the instruments of Oxygen, because they almost have like a retro game sound effect in the chorus. I don't know what exactly it is, but it's so interesting because the rest of the song is not that, but it fits. But the reason the song falls low for me is because there's this moment with Che's rap
Yep.
where it sounds like it's meant to be like a vocal delay effect.
Yep.
But to me, it just sounds like a delay and not in like a creative like echo type of effect. Like it's more like some, it's like the equivalent of like someone having a mic and you can like hit like their voice bounces back 2 times.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, but listening to that, I was like, I just do not really like it,
Yep.
to be honest. Like, I don't know what it is about it. It's like a really small, like, this is very much a me problem. This is not the song's problem. It's like just like a little production thing I'm just not the biggest fan of that lowers it for me. Is this like, this sort of echo effect they have going on that just feels kind of messy, almost. Like, it feels like as if someone just accidentally repeated the same track and then forgot to delete it. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. I can see that.
Again, this is very much a Maisie issue. This is not a Twice issue. This is me nitpicking at like the smallest thing that bothered me.
Yeah.
Because overall, again, I do like Oxygen. I think it's so creative having the sort of retro-y game sound in the chorus, but then having it being so different throughout the rest of the song. But it's just that little thing that kind of drives me to be like, oh, it's lower, because it's just that little moment that kind of bothers me.
That's kind of my way with the Don't Call Me Again, with the beat, like having that kind of like horn trombone type situation, being a little louder than some of the like vocals, which for me kind of like took it away.
Saying, like that's why like my next choice is on the same level, really, because it's like something that in the production kind of takes me away from the song a bit, which is that.
Yeah. My number 6 is Sweet Summer Day. So with this song, for More and More, the vibe of More and More is very summery to me. I don't know if you also feel that way. There's a lot of like interesting little beats where it's very light, refreshing, kind of has that tropical feel to it.
I was literally going to say, I'm not going to say what song, but there's a song I literally mentioned how it's got such a nice tropical sound to it. So yeah, I definitely know what you're on about.
I like the beat. It has like a little like kind of vibe to it. It has a really nice cadence. There's Geo has like her higher register when she goes up, dips up into that with her like the Sweet Summer Day lines. Really enjoy that. That's like super fun. Then there's one part here, and it makes my heart hurt that I ranked it so low, because I have a Nyan and Momo like rap piece in here that is just too good. And I'm just like, yes, you get Nyan doing this little rap, you get Momo doing this little rap. It's a nice little fun surprise. You have Mina going in with her nice airy higher vocals. It fits the vibe of the song very well. But for me, my brain doesn't connect to the beat as much as it does on some of the other songs. Like, I wouldn't call the beat simplistic. It's just kind of like a nice, fun vibe. And it just kind of like puts you into a nice, fun, like kind of mood. But it's not something that my brain instantly grabs onto and is like, yes, like I need to repeat this song over and over again because this beat slaps. Like, it's just a nice beat throughout the entire song, personally.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because obviously where that song is for me and all your points contradict mine.
I love it.
Well, obviously that'll be later because my number 5 is Don't Call Me Again. Funnily enough, I say again, the trumpet's such a fun instrumental to use. I love a good trumpet, but I also put in brackets, as much as I love the trumpets, they could be toned down a little. So I also agree that they are like, and this happens a lot in music production. Sometimes you'll be listening to a song and suddenly the vocals just go from being perfect level to being way quieter.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes this is just like, sometimes producers just make an error and they just didn't think of like hiring up the artist in that part.
Mm-hmm.
And you might find that crazy because people obviously proof check a song and they listen to it like 5 times before they go, this is good. Still happens.
Still happens.
It still happens.
Yeah.
So again, I do agree heavily on like, I do love the trumpets in the song a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but there's just a point where they kind of start become overbearing compared to like the Twice vocals.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely see that. But also, I love to see Sassy Twice. You know, I love to see Sassy Twice.
Sassy
in a
Twice is
song.
great.
I love them. I love seeing them. But also, again, Mina has this strong falsetto in the pre-chorus, I think it is. And it's so good. Again, Mina and falsettos are so good because it's like, you know, it's like she does them so effortlessly and so well every single time.
Mm-hmm.
And then she does them live too. It's like,
it's wild.
It's like how do you have all that lung power inside you? You're so small. You're so short. Where is all this lung capacity? Where are you keeping
little
it?
tiny body.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I love Nyan and Gio's voice together at the end. I think it's such a nice touch. I think it's such a good way to showcase both of them.
Yeah.
Because I know there's the whole thing where Gio's like the main vocal and Nyan's like not a main vocal, but I just say they both are because to me they are.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, like, one of them's the main vocals, not one. Like, they're both the main vocals to me. So, I do love seeing them shine together, but I also just love Momo's vocal tone in this song, too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but the way she says, "Don't call me again,"
Yep.
it's like... And then you have that on top of, like, Nyan's ad-libs when Momo's singing it. It's so
glorious.
Good. I absolutely love it. And that's why the song's in number 5 for me. Because I just, despite the trumpet thing, I love quite literally everything else about it. I have no bad notes minus that one. So that's why that's at number 5.
I agree with you. Like, the vocals in this song, if it wasn't for the trumpet, trombone, like, type sounds that are like a little overpowering, if it wasn't for that, this song would have been way higher. Like, this song probably would have been like a 3, 4, or 5 type range versus like a 7 for me.
Right.
But it's because of that instrumental, because when I'm listening to it, my brain, that's sometimes all it hears. And I'm like, wait, somebody's singing. Like, I need to like focus up, you know? Focus. And it's just like, sometimes it just like my brain sticks to that part of the instrumental and I don't quite catch on to the lyrics right away. Like in the vocals. Yeah. So that's kind of why I was like, unfortunately, you have to be number 7, even though I don't want you there. But like, out of all the other songs, this is where it is.
This way you're gonna go.
Yep. I do think this is funny because my number 5 is Shadow. Okay. So your number 5 is my number 7. Your number 7 is my number 5. I love that little whomping type beat with the finger snap underneath in this song with like Nyan and Mina's opening verses. And there's just something about the way that Gio sings Shadow. It's just so damn good. I don't know what it is, but I like every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, this is great. I love it. And Mina's vocals, chef kiss. Like, absolutely love her vocals in this. Chewy probably has one of my favorite vocals in this song. She has a nice little rich register that she goes into that it's just like, I just want her to highlight that more. And I know, just knowing what albums we're going to be getting into later on, I'm going to get that more. And I'm glad that this was kind of like that spot where I'm like, ooh, we're getting into that like flavor of vocal from her.
Yeah.
The Momo Jonghyun bridge, so pretty. It's so pretty. I don't know, like having them do the bridge, you don't see that very often because usually it's sometimes like a Mina and like a Nyan or like a Gio. Jonghyun will sometimes like slip in there for a bridge as well. Yeah. It's just like the two of them, you don't see that as often on a Twice song. So when you get it, you're just like, this is great. I love this. And they just have a nice, like, some vocal layering, underlining vocals throughout the, like, whole towards the end of the song. So for me, that's why I have it at number 5.
I do find that funny they're on the opposite way for each other. So, just a little swap over. So, my number 4 is Make Me Go. Now, literally, my first note is this song sits at the same table as Love Foolish.
Okay.
It sits at the exact same table as Love Foolish. The way Mina sings the line with the word curious is so, like, flirty, but also deep. Mina vocals is like a yes please, any day, every day. But I also love this song because all the members get to play with, like, their deeper register throughout the song, really. It's not just necessarily Mina. It's just, obviously, she does the chorus, so she stands out to me the most.
Yep.
But they all get to kind of play around with it. But there's also some really interesting, like, background vocals, like ad-libs in the back. And I want to say it's, like, a mix of, like, Nyan, Geo. I also kind of feel like it's a bit of Sana in the background, too. But I don't know what it is, but I also like in the last chorus, they bring back the vocals again into the beat for the end. So that chorus at the end sounds a little bit different than what it is throughout the majority of the song. And I just think it flows with the instrumental so well. Not to mention Gio's tone in the song too. Girl was on something in this album. I don't know what she was doing.
There was something in the water that day. Something in the water.
Something in the water.
In the best way possible.
But she got to chill. But no, that's why that's at number 4 for me.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay, here we go.
I can feel the judgmental.
Yeah. Number 4 for me is Oxygen. So I have Oxygen at number 4 for a few reasons. You mentioned liking the kind of retro feel to it. I felt like it was more of like a music box, like, you know, like a amusement parky type sound to it.
Yeah.
So I can kind of get that feel of having it being like a retro type sound, like a video game. But when it opens up, it's so creepy, and I love it. I love the little creepiness of that kind of sound to open it up. Oh, perfect. And then not only that, you have like Mina like starting off the song with this higher like register that opens up, and it adds like that fun vibe. It really plays up the creepiness in a sense. But then all of a sudden we like switch it up, and we do go into like, they kind of tone that down just a little bit with, of course, like a Geo, and then Chewie like slides in. I love Jungyoung's like drawn out notes that she has in her verses. Momo's speed that she does singing on her lines. Yeah. I love when she dips into that, because she does have some great speed. As it becomes very almost rap-like, but it's not. Very good. And then the one part that sells this song and moves it up so high is I love Chaeyoung's rap that switches into a vocal. Like, she starts off rapping and then all of a sudden switches into her vocal on that.
Yeah.
It is so good. It's just like, and it plays up, and you have like this oceany sound in the background, and it just gives you that like nice little, it really plays up like the Oxygen, kind of like having like this airy ocean type vibe. But really that Che rap going into that, from rap into her vocal switch up, fabulous. I love when she does that. It's just so good. Because normally you don't see that very often, like rappers doing like their rap bars and then switching into a vocal like within the same thing. And it's just like how seamless it is. And people don't understand how difficult that is too. Like going from like a rap into a vocal, I'm like, girl, like, yes, this is fantastic. Keep going.
In like one breath too, no less.
Yeah, literally. And that's why like a lot of that, like it bumps it up for me, because there's some really like great standout moments for those. And it just sells the song so well in my brain. I love it.
And with that being said, number 3, and now this is where we get in the conversation about Tropical. Firework Firework has got me moving all the time. Like, I cannot help but move my non-existent hips to this song. This song will always be a vibe for me, because this song, it almost reminds me of something that should be on, like, Taste of Love. You know, the album that Alcohol Free is from.
Yep.
It almost feels like it should fit in there. The guitar is so good in this song. It is so, like, it is there throughout the song too, which I really enjoy, because sometimes you get the guitar at the start and then it kind of disappears and then it comes back at the end. But consistently, if you really take the time to pay attention, it's so faint, but it stays there the whole time, and it's so good. But not to mention, a Jungyoung chorus is so good.
It's so good.
Jungyoung's entire chorus section is, it is so good. And I just, like, I need Jungyoung to be singing more choruses. I feel like lately, it was One Spark, where Jungyoung did the chorus at One Spark. That was so good. And I was like, I need her to be singing more choruses in songs, because she does them so well. And just this song, I just felt like she really owns this song so much. And I know she does it again. Yeah, Jungyoung does it again with Nayeon, and then their voices kind of blend together. And it's so good. But it's the bridge with Chewy and Che and Gio. Oh my god, it's like, again, putting Chewy in the bridge is so much fun to me, because it's so random sometimes, because she doesn't normally do them. So when she gets thrown in there, she does such a good job on it, and she stays on par with, like, what Che's doing and what Gio's doing. But I also just love overall the ending is that Gio's just doing all these little runs and riffs and ad-libs. At the end, like, she's just going up and down the scale. You know, she's just doing her thing. Of it.
Yeah.
And what I really like about it is, to me, because some people say that, like, when an artist does ad-libs, it kind of throws me out because it's too much. Like, they're doing too much. But I think it makes the song full. I think, genuinely, if Gio wasn't doing, like, little ad-libs, the ending would feel kind of mediocre to me. But because she's adding that little flavor of, like, vocals on top of everything else, it just makes it so much better. And again, the beat overall in the chorus is just, it's such a tropical sound. It is so fun. I will always be head bopping to this no matter what. No matter how many times I've heard the song, I will be jabbing out to it. And that's why I've got it at number 3. I actually initially had this at number 1. Yeah. But when I did my re-listen, I ended up switching things around.
Nice. So we came back on track here. We came back on track for a brief moment, and then we're going to go off, because I also have Firework as my number 3. And I completely agree with you. That guitar opening with the ocean sounds in the back, it gives you that nice summery vibe, which I feel the more and more album is like a kind of like a summer album.
Tropical,
very tropical. We dip into a lot of those sounds. I do like that they use these kind of like ocean type backings on several of these songs that they like, that we've already like discussed. It kind of keeps that like theme. But Gio with her lower vocal on the first line, it's so, I love when she dips into that, because we know she has so much range, like just from her solo album especially. We went through the scales. Like, we are going all over the place. She was hitting her high notes. She was dipping in her to that really kind of like low timbre that she has, like really low tone. And I love when she goes into that. And then I actually wrote this almost very similar about Jungyoung's vocals in the chorus. And her tone is so good, and one of my favorite vocals from her in the entire album. There's the way that she goes through and sings that. Oh, it's just, I need more. Sana also has a great little vocal in here. She adds a little like inflections to some of her notes that just kind of like makes it nice and summery and like lively on the song. And I love how the production slips in Dayoung and Chaeyoung's rap bars into the song. So it's only like a bar here and there. It's not like a full like rap piece, but it's just like a little, and I love how they play that in. It's just a nice little touch that you don't see very often on some of the songs. And I also wrote in here as my little note, I very much agree with you because Gio's ending runs and vocal runs at the end just fill out that song so well, and it just rounds it out. So yeah, like we're pretty much same brain on Firework. I completely agree with you.
Same brain. However, everything else very much
everything
off
else
brain.
all gone. Done.
Brain off. No,
the only thing, we have
empty.
one song left on here that could be the same.
I don't know if we will.
I don't know where you're gonna place
my
More and More.
second is More and More. My second place is More and More.
Okay.
Originally, More and More was number one, but something, as we all now know, has took over that. But More and More, I literally put my first thing, and I kind of hinted at this in one of our other videos that we talked about earlier. The new grown era of Twice is here, because in my opinion, More and More is where Mature Twice come into play.
Yeah.
Again, we had this conversation in the last video, so we won't go into that again, but that's where I think. But instrumentally, this song is so unpredictably weird, it's fun. It is so unpredictable on where it's going. But that's what makes it such a fun song. I mean, normally when a chorus is repetitive on one word, I get very bored. I get very like, okay, let's do something else. Let's do it. But with the way they do More and More, I don't know if it's just the way it's like the members all come in each time they say More and More. But I love the creativity of that, of like, because they're talking about more and more members are singing the line.
Yep.
And I think that's such a fun little like production creativity idea to do. I mean, and again, if you've seen the music video for More and More, you see how it's like the girls multiplying too. So it's like, it's a fun little, I just like the way that's done. I think it's so creative. But Chaeyoung's and Dayeon's rap in this song is truly
so good.
Oh my god, it's life-changing. And I'm not even being dramatic. It is so life-changing. And I mean, it goes without saying the dance break instrumental. I mean, like going into that dance break, it's like whiplash. It's an actual whiplash. It comes out of nowhere, but you're sat and you're just like, you can't help but be memorized by what is going on.
Yep.
In this instrumental moment. But I also wanted to say, because I also highlighted it here, I feel like Junghyun's voice. I've put in brackets Junghyun owned this album because I actually just think she did. But I said I absolutely loved Junghyun's sections in this song. I feel like her voice, the maturity of it, her tone, just really fits More and More so well. That this song, and I was trying my best because again, I originally had More and More as number one.
Yeah.
But I realized I was trying not to put, because I have a habit putting title tracks as number one, but it's because Twice's title tracks are just really good, so I can't help it.
Yeah.
Like I literally just did Fancy at number one, so I was like, I'm gonna put it number two because also the other song there's something about it that I like more that I'll talk about in a bit. But I just like this song again. I just love how unpredictably weird it is. Like instrumentally, you're like, what is going on? This is so not Twice sounding at all. But it is.
Yep.
It is. And I think it's one of those things where I think Twice did such a good idea of transitioning from that like cute sort of preppy sound they had for years to the more we're now grown-ups, like take us more seriously now. And I think they did such a credible job. I don't think it's like so bad. It's so unpredictable to the point that it's jarring. I don't think it's like, I think it's perfect. So for me, that's why More and More is number two, because in every way, this song has no flaws in my eyes. This song is like perfect.
It's a bop. It's truly a bop. Unfortunately, we do still derail because it's not my number two. Make Me Go is number two for me. This is why when you said number four, I was like, okay.
Like, how dare you?
How dare you? I love the kick beat on the drum and like that funky bass right off the bat. I knew it was going to be a bop. Nayeon opening up the song with that low raspy timbre. I just like it's a crime, like full on crime. I just need more of that. They great music production with that little bit of horn added. Now this is the song that I wish Don't Call Me Again had for like the horns.
Yeah.
because this one, it adds that little horn in there, but it's not something that is overpowering, and it adds a great like layer to the instrumental, which is fantastic. And then I like literally wrote in big cap letters, "Danger Zone, Mina, ma'am, please." Because her love me now" line with that low voice, my word, I just like, I melt
please,
every time. And
let
I'm
me
just like,
breathe.
I'm like, I just need. And then, and not only that, you just get smacked in the face again because Che comes in right after doing the exact same thing. And it's just like a 1-2 punch, like right on those lines. And you're just like, can I just have a
The
second?
moral of this album is, if you're either straight and you're a guy and you're a lesbian, you're just gonna be attacked.
You're gonna be attacked no matter what.
In time.
You're just gonna get attacked and just like things. I do also very much enjoy, like, they add this little echoey effect add-on to Momo and Chewie's lines when they bounce back and forth, which is like in your ear, like they go back and forth, and it's
like
wild.
I forget what the production term is.
Yeah,
there is a term for it where it goes back and forth.
It just kind of,
know what you're on about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Like on each of their lines, at like towards the end, it just kind of like bounces back and forth, and you're just like, it's like ping ponging in your ears, and you're like, this is wild, but I'm loving it. Cheong like flexing that lower register. Need more of that, like all of that in my life. Please, immediately. And then, of course, love me some Nyan with her lower register. So basically, this whole song, like you said, everybody kind of flexes that lower register that they have, and I am a sucker for lower registers. I love like when singers have like a mid or like dip into like a lower register and have that like rich like low timbre for something. That's just, my brain is just like, whew. And then the fact that she also does the love me now, and I've already been like smacked in the face by Mina and then like Che, and then she comes in later on the song doing it. I'm over here like, what's happening? But overall, great vocal layering in here. Love that little kind of like echo effect that they use back and forth. The lower timbre that a lot of them like use in this song just makes that song like so rich, especially with the instrumental piece add in with the like that like funky kind of bass, like kick drum in there, a little bit of that horn sound. For me, that's why like it immediately goes to like number 2 for me. Immediately.
Yeah. And then finally, my number 1, and this hurt me where you put it, but my number 1 is Sweet Summer Day. I hearing this song again.
Yep.
Because again, for y'all to know, I literally did my more and more re-listen this morning.
Yeah.
Before we did this, so this album is very fresh in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
And I was listening to Sweet Summer Day, and I was like, oh, I love this song way more than I remember.
Yeah.
Because initially, this song was actually like 5 for me.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was like, no, this is like my favorite. I don't know what's happened. Oh, fun. I literally typed back, which is funny because you were talking about how like this album's very mature and this is more like the cutesy fun. And I literally put fun twice as bad. That's my description. But I love that. I literally go on to say is what I love about this album is that although this album is very mature, Twice sounding, and you know, it's that new Twice, you know, sort of era that we're going to.
Mm-hmm.
I just love that this as the ending as well is like that reminder of like we're still, you know, we're still like the cutesy Twice that you've fallen in love with for years. You know, like we're still fun, we're still cute. Despite like all like the more mature stuff we've just shown you for like the last 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But like, you know, and I really enjoy that. But there's this Chewie vocal moment at the very beginning where she does like a little run, like in her first verse. And that is probably a vocal stim that just lives in my brain all the time. Her little like, it's not like a voice crack. It's known as like a voice flip where it sounds like her voice is cracking. But she just kind of flipped her vocals to be a bit lower than when it was higher.
Yeah.
And she does it so smoothly that it's one of those vocal moments where like I go back and listen to that part like several times before I could just proceed with the rest of the song because she does it so so well. But
Mm-hmm.
then also on the back of that, I love a chorus where all the members are singing and chanting. Again, it's so much fun. It's very twice to their core to
Yep.
have them all taking part in it.
Yep.
But also the bridge with Momo, Dion, and Shay rapping.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Nyan too.
Yep.
Like you said, while you hate to put it low because Nyan and Momo rap.
Yeah.
That's why I put it so high.
Yeah.
Because I love it. It's so fun to see Nyan rap because obviously
good.
Nyan's like, she's not like, not that she can't rap, but she's always wanted to.
Yeah.
Like if you ever watch behind the scenes or twice, she's like, let me rap. I want to rap so bad. Like look at MC Rail. Like come on now.
Well, MC Rail. We get it.
So
we
bad.
get it later on. We're gonna be getting to those albums. We get
it a lot more later on.
Yeah.
But I just think it's so much fun, and I also just like the bridge with Che and Duva specifically because it almost feels like a moment where they're hyping up like a crowd before going into the last chorus, and I think that's what makes it such like a fun summer song. Not to mention the last chorus is filled with high notes and ad-libs galore. Yep. Like everywhere you look, there's a high note, there's an ad-lib coming towards you, and it is just such a great way to finish it. And again, I do love kind of on the backbone of like Feel Special, where I love when an album ends on a softer note when it's so big. I love when an album ends on a more fun note when the rest of it's more mature and almost like serious sounding, I want to say.
Yeah.
I love when they can end it on like a fun note and be like, listen, we're still the same group that like you've all grown up with. Like nothing's like, all that's changing is that we're just maturing a bit more of our music style. But look, we're still fun. And that's why I just love it so much, because I don't even find, because I know some people do find this song really like, why is this in this album? It makes no sense. Like it shouldn't be in this one. But personally, I just think it works so well.
Yeah. See, I don't get that feeling. I feel like this song does fit on the album. It fits the vibe. It fits that kind of like summery type thing.
But it's still like, yeah, because it's still got the summer vibe to it. It's not like it's completely different instrumental wise to the rest of it.
I just feel like some of the other songs instrumental wise for me, and that's why I put it low, because I agree with you 1000% on all the vocals. Like the vocals, like it hurt me putting it low because of a lot of the vocals, but it was really the beat. If I connected to the beat more, if they had a little bit more of like some maybe interesting layers or a little bit more of like beat changes in there, I probably would have ranked it a lot higher. But with all of the other songs, including my number one, More and More, I love the beat change. Like like this whole thing, like for More and More for me, for why I put it number one, even though like you said, like sometimes like title tracks we put number one, but like this title track is number one on this album for me, no matter what. Nyan opening up the song, then the Mina follow-up, just makes you melt into a little puddle because their vocals are just so good. Chewy has some like fantastic vocals in this song. Yeah. Sana's first More and More part is a classic, like absolute classic. Like when I hear More and More, I like when I'm just thinking of the song, the first line that comes to my head is Sana's More and More line that like is first.
Yeah, because she has like such like a sweet tone when she does it.
Yeah, there's something about her tone.
I don't know what it is about
like it. It's like a little siren song. You're over here. She's just like luring you in, and they're just like, and then they just kind of like, and then they kind of smack you in the face because of that beat change. All of a sudden, you have the beat change, and then we slow it down. I completely agree with you. Junghyun's vocals in this song is one of my favorites, and like for the album, when we like dip lower, fantastic there.
If I'm correct, I think it's Junghyun after Momo at the start. Junghyun comes in.
I think so.
Or is it Momo, Sana, then Junghyun? Either way, Junghyun's there somewhere, and she just absolutely kills it.
Just kills it.
She does such a good job on it.
And there's
she's so good.
Yeah, and there's some great like vocal layering in there too. And like underlining notes that you can hear, like some runs as well. Then we get the dance break change where we have this little like kind of like dubstep trap beat kind of add in, and all I can picture is their dance break from like the MV, from all of the like performances, and I'm over here just like dancing along.
Because like here's the thing, right? Like I have been lucky enough to see Twice in the flesh, right? And I want to see them again. You know, they keep hinting about a tour, and I'm like, ladies, please let me
Please.
save my money, and then we can talk about a tour.
Yeah,
like,
right.
let's calm down. But obviously from the tour I went to, the dance break for More and More instrumental wise was actually different. It was like a different sort of sound, but it's like it's still so good.
So
And it's
good.
again, like when I think of like that dance break, I'm thinking of when, you know, like when Momo does it and she comes in like that. I think about like that blonde hair Momo look.
Oh my word, so good.
Imprinted in the brain.
Yes, I
It is
remember
right there.
watching that MV and just being stunned for a good solid like 3 minutes watching the MV because it's that good.
I truly do wish I started doing reactions when I was getting into Twice, not afterwards.
Yeah.
Because I would give anything to rewatch myself falling in love with them for the first time. Because like, again, because like for those who don't know much about my journey with Twice, there was a whole thing where I got into them in November of 2021, and I just did a big deep dive in my own time because I didn't even think about doing YouTube. And then I started watching reactors for Twice because I was like, I want to see what people think of Twice. And then that kind of what inspired me to start. And because I'd already checked out every content I could have watched, every music video they've done, like I literally had checked everything from November through till March.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, I can't really react to them. So that's like my only thing I hate about starting so late, was that I just missed my Twice journey. Because again, I would give anything to be able to just go back and look at myself. Because sometimes, I don't know if you do this, but sometimes I like go back and look at my old reactions from like 3 years ago of when
I've done that before.
Heard a song or a group, just to be like, what was I thinking back then? Like, do my thoughts make sense? Like, what was my initial reaction? Because like one of my first video on my channel is actually to M-Mix's debut, which a lot of people, you know, were like, this is not it, this is really weird, like this mashup. But I remember being I loved it. I was so into it. I was like, this is so weird, I love it.
Yeah.
And I went back and looked at my reaction, and my reaction was still the exact same of like, this is so weird, but I'm having so much fun. And it's just funny to look back at myself to be like, do I still think the same way, or did my opinion change of this song over time?
Yeah.
Because there's also, on the backbone of that, there's also songs I listen to what I don't like on the first listen, but then give me like a month, it's like,
and then it becomes one of your favorites. Yeah, I have a couple of those songs as well. And you're like, oh, I don't know about this one. It's kind of funky. I'm not sure if my brain connects to it. And then you listen to it like 4 or 5 more times, and you're like, this is my favorite from the album. How did I ever think that it was, not?
That's like the worst thing. Like one of the worst things as reactors is when, because like your initial reaction, that's the whole point. It's your first time checking out something, and it doesn't hit for you. And then sometimes one of my examples is actually from New Jeans. It's their song ETA.
Oh, yeah.
I did not like it when I did the reaction, but as I was legit editing my reaction, I was like, wait, no, this song slaps. What am I on about?
Yeah. Well,
to the point where I was like, do I even post my reaction?
like
I don't even think the same way like 10 minutes later than what I was saying. But I think it's like one of those things where sometimes when a song has such a wild instrumental and it kind of catches you off guard, at least I find for me, sometimes they stick straight away, sometimes it's like a miss and then it sticks later. So it's just like, it's so interesting, like looking back at like songs that I was like, oh, I do not like that, and it's like, what do you mean, Maisie? You listen to that song like 5 times a day. What are you talking about? I do it so much.
That's similar to me. Like for me though, I'm a little opposite. I love when songs give me like a weird beat in there, right? Like randomly, like it brings me that whiplash, and I love hearing that. Unless it's like one that's like completely off the rails and like left field here. But normally, anytime we have those like interesting beat changes, and that's why I think like I connect so much to More and More, is we have a ton of those in this song. And then we have like that dubs, like kind of like trappy, like dubstep type, like change instrumental where you know that there's going to be a dance break. And another thing, like for like More and More too, like I completely agree with you. Like the dub chang rap, it just hits. It like hits so good in this song. So their speed on like their bars are in like with their overall like inflections and cadence that they use. It just like sticks in your head afterwards, and you're just like, I need to re-listen to that so I can hear this again.
Like Like,
So
you know
good.
those memes where it's like, suddenly I'm fluent in insert language here?
Yeah.
I like me with the more and more app. Like, suddenly I'm fluent in Korean, guys. I know every single word.
I know every
Like,
single word because of this song. It's just too good.
it is. It's
But
so good.
yeah, and like I agree with you on like for K-pop journey wise, like for you it's Twice, for me it's I-DLE. Like I checked out all of I-DLE's stuff before I started reacting.
Yeah.
And so like in a way, like I not kick myself, but I wish I had like documentation of me like going through like all like I-DLE's
'Cause,
content.
Yeah, because it's like I remember what my first thoughts were, but like there's probably things I thought about that I don't remember at the same time. Like
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, when I first started getting into Twice, I was watching the music videos and Sana was actually the member who grabbed my attention the most. It was definitely like it feels special, funnily enough.
Yeah.
I remember seeing her with the pink hair and I was like, oh my god, she is just wow. I'm like, that might be the bias. And then as I watched more stuff, Gio just nudged her way in.
Like, she creeped in.
Like,
she creeped in.
She creeped in, and she became more and more prominent in my vision when I was watching things. And I was like, oh, she's not even just a bias anymore. She's like an old bias.
Yeah.
Like we're at that point with each other, and it's been so interesting because over time, like for the longest time, my line was like Gio, and then bias line was like Sana and Momo. And then now for like the last 2 years, I want to say my line has been Gio, and then bias records are Chewy and Chaeyoung, which is so interesting that it's not changed since.
Yeah.
But I think I think when you go to a concert and you see when you see them in person,
yep,
it's like whoa. It's like I know you. Like I see you. Well, I watch like a lot of your content. I listen to your music all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm not seeing you until I'm seeing you in person.
Right, exactly.
It's actually crazy.
It's too good. We were a little all over the place. Firework was the only one out of the entire album.
Firework's the only one we both came back round. We did trick shots. We were doing everything. We were going all over the place.
Which ways. Came back together, and then well, you almost had more and more number one. So we were almost there. You said that you had more and more, a little like at one point number one, but then you switched it. So we could have had number one and number three.
We could have been the same, but I tried to not just have every title track be my number one for today. Because Fancy was number one, Feel Special was number two, and More is number two.
Yeah. I mean, their title tracks hit.
Title tracks are just too good.
They're too good. And that's why sometimes there's title tracks, because they're just too good.
Yeah, but like for you, how like More was number one easily as a title track. That was like how Dance the Night Away is for me, because Dance the Night Away is my favorite title track of all time from Twice. Obviously, in the recent years, Twice have gotten closer to topping that. I mean, Talk That Talk, that is my first comeback with Twice, so like it holds like a special place.
Yep.
But I also am like I absolutely love One Spark so much.
One Spark's so good.
That One Spark, but it's such a fun song.
So good.
Who knows? Maybe when this new title track comes out, maybe this will become the favorite. I don't know.
I have no
idea.
Whatever this little teaser was, it has me very intrigued on what's happening.
Because all we've seen is Twice all look the same.
Yep. And
maybe when it's like some members have bangs, some members have high knee socks on.
Yes.
And then there's that picture of like of someone's like lips with the nail that says "This is us."
Yeah, and I have no idea. And when you're like, I watched the little teaser. There's like this weird static. When you were watching it, like they had like when you go through, it's just like this little static effect, like they're like glitching almost. I'm like, what is happening? Like, it makes me so interested to see where we're going, especially with all of them. They all have very similar outfits, very similar hairstyles. Like, there's some with bangs, like you said, some with different type of like heels on, like boots. Who knows?
I don't know if you saw, but people on Twitter were like, "Oh my god, subunits." That's what's happening. We're having subunits.
I know. You know what? To be honest, I kind of thought that, and I don't know. I mean, it's a full album. We could very well might get
We
One or
could,
two?
because I mean, Formula of Love did that. They had the Hello unit, the Push and Pull unit, the
Yep.
132 unit. So they could do that. And honestly, I wouldn't be mad because I love the units. I think, for the unit songs, they were so much fun. I mean, Hello is like,
Oh, I love Hello.
it's such a whiplash.
It's such a
It's such a
whiplash, but it's so
whiplash,
good.
but it's so good. So I would be down. I know someone said about like 9 solo songs. I personally don't really want
don't
that
think
for
so.
an album. I don't want it to be 9 because like as much as it would be fun, this album would have to now be like a 20 something song album for me to be like, okay, give us 9 solos.
Yeah, no,
But
I really don't think like that's the one thing that it never came up in my brain of doing like 9 solos. Not with them all having or starting to have like some solo stuff with like
exactly, 'cause,
Nyan and Chio and then Chewy and it looks like probably Che probably will have a solo at some point. That's like my guess. She's gonna be next up.
I mean, yeah, because like Che posted like a video a couple of months, not a video, like a picture of her in the studio with a band, and then it was gone after like 2 minutes, and everyone was like,
"What's happening?" Yeah,
what was that about?
So like, who knows? But I really don't see the 9 solos personally. I think subunits are a possibility, but also we could just not. We could just not get
subunits.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be fine with subunits, but we might just get all like a 9 song or plus song full album with just them, all of them. Who knows?
Yeah,
we'll see.
I mean, we could also get another feature. I have no idea. I mean, it's possible. I mean, after Twice with Megan Thee Stallion, I mean, that was such a crazy collab because, like, I don't think anyone could have predicted that.
It was great though.
Because obviously, it was so much fun. People were like, "Oh, it's not gonna work because Megan Thee Stallion's music is very, like, not graphic, but I guess it's more out there than what Twice is."
Yeah.
So people were like, that's not going to work. And I'm like, no, I think it will, because Twice have become more, bold with their music lately. I mean, I feel like Moonlight Sunrise was like a huge, like, the song lyrics and stuff, like, it's all there. You know what I mean? It's not like Twice are like completely innocent with their music either.
Yep.
So when people were like, oh, that's not going to work, I was like, no, I think it will. And it did. It worked perfectly fine. It was great. I think Strategy sounds better with Megan Thee Stallion. I don't really like the one where it's just Twice.
Yeah, I can see why they did it though for like concert stuff and everything, like for concert type stuff. So I can see why they did it.
Because like they could, I would have liked if they did to have like a rap over Megan's section.
Yeah.
But it just goes straight into the end chorus, so the song's like cut by a whole minute basically.
Yeah.
So it's like just about 2 minutes almost, I think, for like without Megan in it.
Yeah, you're just like,
so
wait, what?
For me personally, I like the one with Megan more because it just flows better and it's more full of a song for a title track too. Anyway,
that is other album. We'll get to that one. We just like to yap. We like to yap about Twice because we love Twice. We're
exactly. Exactly.
We don't know if you will have a video next Tuesday because the next album is the Eyes Wide Open album, which we know is going to be a little beast of an album. So we're going to have to make sure, like, we'll have to plan out time-wise between the two of us because that's going to probably take us a good solid 2 hours, probably. I would guess. So I don't know. Hopefully you guys have one next Tuesday, but stay tuned. These are not going away. There just might be a week or two where you might not have one because I think we're both determined that we want to make sure that we continue this little series because it's fun for us as well, and we love doing it. And now that we kind of have a little bit more time post holidays, we're good. We're here. But good. Yes, but let us know your thoughts. Am I right? Is Maisie right? Are we both completely wrong? What are your favorites? We love hearing also about like what your rankings are. I know a lot of you sometimes will put it in the comments. We love hearing about that stuff. So feel free. We love rating them. We love interacting with comments. So thank you, everybody. This has been totally fun. You will not see these hoodies next time. This hoodie and that shirt.
Hopefully you won't anyway.
Hopefully, I will double check and make sure I don't wear the same hoodie. I always go back into the video and be like, what did I wear? But thank you everybody for joining in. We hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll catch you on the next one. Later.